Women without children are 46% more prone to report high levels of depression compared to mothers. Divorced women are 60% more likely to experience elevated depression than their married counterparts. Those who reside alone face nearly a 70% higher likelihood of being highly depressed compared to women living with others. Never married women are 40% more likely to report high depression than their married counterparts. Interestingly, women with a single child are more susceptible to depressive symptoms than those with 2 or more children. Some argue that third-wave feminism is the most significant societal scam ever concocted. A true story.
I'm fed up with this whole independent and strong woman facade. All I crave is a boyfriend, someone to fill this void I'm stuck in. It's frustrating. I know exactly what I need. A man. Loneliness, horniness, and depression have become my constant companions. I yearn for connection, for intimacy, for that bond with a man. What's so wrong about admitting that? Why does the narrative change when it's me wanting it? Suddenly, not needing a man becomes a virtue, a badge of honor. But here's the truth. I'm drowning in this isolation. Every public display of 2 people talking, laughing, or just spending time together hits me like a tidal wave of emotions. It's worse when it's a girlfriend and a boyfriend. I find myself resenting her and hating him for not talking to me. I fear this bitterness and desperation creeping in. I'm not asking for the moon. I just want a friend, a companion to share happiness with. I crave a social life and a boyfriend, the way everyone else seems to have. This isolation is making me miss out on what my generation is up to. I want to step outside this virtual life I've been raised in and experience real life. I want genuine connections, not just those formed behind a screen. It's time to trade pixels for touch and emojis for real emotions. I want real experiences, not just the curated ones on social media. I want to feel cared for and to experience genuine human connections. I'm tired of being pressured to be this independent, empowered, strong woman. I just want to be a normal woman who enjoys the company and, yes, the intimacy, like everyone else in this world.
The marriage scam. Inflation is running wild, the cost of living is soaring, and the traditional family-first model is rapidly losing ground. What's the distraction strategy? Convince people that dual-income households are empowering. Persuade them that serving a boss is more fulfilling than nurturing a family. Convince them that independence matters more than the longevity of their family bonds. Adding to this, they manipulate data to support this narrative, exploiting the normal gender pay gap to push women into longer hours and more demanding jobs. Instead of presenting the controlled gender pay gap, which reveals near parity in equal circumstances, they maintain the skewed perspective. By 2030, 45% of women are projected to be single. The prevailing narrative is that a 2-income household is the only way to live. Yet, despite biased studies, people are generally happier surrounded by supportive families than by coworkers, no matter how empowered they claim to be. Feminists argue that women working independently or as breadwinners is empowering, but they stigmatize men taking on the house husband role. In the realm of dating, women are pushed to seek higher status partners. The shift in women's earning power means men, on average, make less. Third-wave feminism pushes the narrative that dating down is for losers. The message is clear. Strive for that top 0.001%, the 10 out of 10 guy with six-pack abs, a 6-figure income, and a 6-foot height. The advice is for women to compete with men, embrace complete autonomy, and revel in the empowerment of singledom. How's that advice holding up? Not too well. Meanwhile, it significantly increases their expenses, lines the pockets of landlords and capitalists, and keeps a loyal voting bloc for left-leaning politicians intact. The consequence is a legion of women left miserable, solitary, and discontented. Yet, it's a windfall for corporations, an empowerment tool for the government, and a jackpot for Mr. 10 out of 10 who gets all the women. A win-win scenario for feminism. Modern feminism and what it has done. Modern feminism, in essence, either inflicts harm or crumbles under scrutiny. The oft-cited wage gap has been debunked repeatedly and can be unraveled with a quick Google search. The 9% gap, not the exaggerated 32% feminists throw around, exists because, on average, women are less likely to ask for a raise, are perceived as nicer in the workplace and are less prone to demanding higher pay. The 32% figure encompasses all men and women in all jobs throughout the year, creating differences due to varied job choices. In socially equal Norway, for instance, there are 20 male engineers for every female engineer and 20 female nurses for every male nurse, highlighting that feminist arguments hinge on a colossal misconception. Similarly, the pink tax is unveiled as a simple economic principle: charge what people are willing to pay. When dissecting items like razors, women's cost more due to technological differences caused by softer skin and the need for razors to last longer or be replaced more often, given the broader areas women shave compared to men. While a litany of issues could be scrutinized, these two misconceptions suffice for now. If there are other viewpoints you'd like to discuss, feel free to reply. The overarching problem, however, is feminism's harm to men. In the 20th century, feminism was crucial and successful in establishing legal equality between men and women. Yet, contemporary demands for higher pay and cheaper products, with no evident need, a crackdown on free speech, and the notion that women's emotions trump men's are causing tangible harm. Neglecting issues like men's suicide rates being 3 times higher than women's in the UK and stifling men's ability to voice their thoughts projects a future reminiscent of past struggles, only with men cast as the victims this time. Word of advice: brace yourself for the feminist fiasco. We've got women left high and dry, miserable and alone. But hey, who's raking in the bucks? Corporations are cashing in, the government's flexing its power, and Mr. 10 out of 10 is drowning in women. It's a feminist jackpot, baby. Now let's talk about the feminist fantasyland. The wage gap? Oh, please. Google it, honey. It's not the mythical 32% they chant about, it's a 9% gap, and it's not because men are hogging the cash. It's because women on average are too darn nice to ask for a raise. And that 32% drama? Just a distorted picture when you throw all jobs into one pot. Pink tax? Hold your razors, ladies. It's not a grand conspiracy. Women's razors cost more because, surprise, they're engineered for that soft-as-butter skin and the grand leg-shaving extravaganza. It's economics, not sexism. But wait, there's more. Feminism today is a thorn in men's sides. In the past, it had a mission and a purpose. But now it's a demand for more pay, cheaper stuff, though we're doing just fine, and a crackdown on free speech. And don't get me started on emotions. Apparently, women's feelings are gold, and men are just the supporting cast. Oh, and in this feminist tale, they conveniently forget about men's suicide rates skyrocketing. Because, men should just nod along and agree that women are the perpetual victims. We're heading into a future where roles are reversed and men are the casualties. Feminism, you've outdone yourself. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can be the first to know when my new video drops. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.